What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Southern Taiwan is facing a historic drought. As levels drop in the area's biggest river, authorities are channeling water to help local farmers. Stash Butler has this report.
This rice field in southern Taiwan looks lush enough, but a closer look and the effects of drought become clear. The farmer here in Qishan is digging wells to beat the dry spell. He says finding water is tough at the best of times.
正常有水的时候就已经抢不到水了，缺水的时候更抢不到，就抽井水啊，不然就从另外口外的水把下游的引上来。
Qishan is in Kaohsiung, one of 4 areas in southern Taiwan facing a drought. Farmers in this part of the country rely on water from the Gaoping, Taiwan's second biggest river. But that river is drying up. The Gaoping just had its driest January on record, and March is looking even worse. Officials say they're laying pipes to bring water from the neighboring county, Pingdong.
高平溪川流水因为久旱不雨，所以逐步的一个减少。那为因未来的一个用水需求，所以我目前就是以多调水的方式，从屏东地区的加工出口园区调既有的水井，然后把它送到高雄市。
Those pipes should be completed by the end of April. But environmentalists say the bigger issue for farmers is local industry taking water intended for public use, effectively cutting in line in front of the agricultural sector.
旱灾来的时候，既然公共用水都比农业用水优先，那所以公共用水里面的，不管你是民生的，还是工业区的，还是科学园区的，就通通一起比农业用水优先。那这个我们是认为是有问题的啦。
Pipes or no pipes, Taiwan South simply isn't getting enough rain. That's partly down to human-caused climate change, which is making the yearly rains more unpredictable in South and East Asia. In Taiwan, authorities hope temporary measures can beat the drought until heavy rains, which are expected to arrive around May. And for farm workers in the area, the sooner that rain comes, the better. Leon Lien and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's water crisis has put a spotlight on the nation's reservoirs, some of which have been around for nearly 100 years. In one rural village in the south, they revere the Japanese man who they call the father of Taiwan's irrigation. Sally Jensen went there to learn more.
This is the father of Taiwan's irrigation. He wasn't born in Taiwan, but over 1,000 kilometers away in Kanazawa, Japan. His name was Yoichi Hata. Hata came to Taiwan during the Japanese occupation as an official, but Taiwanese people still respect him for his contributions to hydraulic engineering. The water systems he put in place have been essential for growing the country's staple crop, rice. People still come here to Wushantou Reservoir in Tainan to pay their respects over 80 years after Hata's death. But the Japanese occupation of Taiwan and the mega projects it brought came at a high human cost. So why do people still love him so much? The plains of Jiayi and Tainan were once barren land prone to droughts and floods. Hata is credited with transforming them into fertile farmland. He constructed the irrigation system known as the Jianan Waterworks and changed the lives of around 600,000 farmers. Every year, a memorial service is held near his former residence here in Tainan. People come from all parts of Taiwan and even from Japan to commemorate the life of a man who transformed agriculture here. The Japanese occupation of Taiwan remains a controversial issue in the country's history. But here in the tranquility of this reservoir, visitors prefer to reflect on the great feat of engineering left to generations of Taiwanese farmers by a simple man from Japan. Ethan Chen and Sally Jensen in Tainan for TaiwanPlus.
A rare shark has been found for sale at a fish market in Taiwan. A fisher had caught the shark and handed it over to a market in eastern Taiwan for auction. A sharp-eyed fishmonger realized it was a rare type of shark, a bow-mouthed guitarfish. They are listed as critically endangered internationally, but are not protected in Taiwan. The fishmonger bid nearly $100 for the shark and then released it back into the ocean. Overfishing has become a major concern in Taiwan. That's according to a new survey by environmental groups. Following the UN's recent move to protect global marine biodiversity, local activists are pushing the government to pass a domestic marine conservation act that keeps up with international trends. Yujin Huang reports.
This mock fishmonger's stand outside the top Taiwan government building shows a stark contrast. On display are 6 types of fish that are common in local fish markets. The cardboard ones on the left are the sizes of these fish in the 1990s, while the real ones on the right show how small they are today. These showcase a study by Greenpeace and other marine researchers, who collected more than 1,700 specimens around Taiwan. They found more than 70% of these fish hadn't reached sexual maturity. Activists say this is due to overfishing, which threatens marine biodiversity around Taiwan's waters.
白长青鱼，好，然后码头，这些其实都是超过90%的，被捕捞上来了，它没有机会繁殖下一代，没有机会进入延续它的族群这一件事情，所以这是非常不永续的。
Environmentalists are now demanding Taiwan pass a Marine Conservation Act, joining a global effort to secure ocean sustainability. In early March, the UN finalized an agreement on protecting biodiversity in international waters. The new treaty aims to cover at least 30% of oceans by 2030. Preventing biodiversity loss is one of its main goals. But activists say in order to work, this needs to be a true global effort.
所以海洋保育法在这里，它所扮演的重要的角色是让所有的海洋保护区可以被扩大，可以被有效的管理。海洋保护区的生态健康了，生态好了，鱼群自然会聚集，聚集之后会外溢。
The government says a bill designed to protect Taiwan's marine biodiversity has already been reviewed. It will be sent to lawmakers for approval during the current legislative session. Environmental groups say they will monitor the bill's progress to see if these promises will turn into action. Ethan Pan and Eugene Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Trash is piling up on 2 of Taiwan's outlying islands. Green Island and Orchid Island, which sit off Taiwan's southeast coast, only have around 10 days' worth of space to store trash. In the past, the local government would award contracts to private companies to remove the waste, but hasn't done so this time. The Environmental Protection Agency says it will pay to ship the waste to the country's main island. But local officials say the problem is that companies never wanted to bid for the work before. They are pushing for the central government to provide public ships instead. Residents of the 2 islands worry that as the tourist season kicks off in April, their waste issue will get worse. Police on Saturday arrested a group who are suspected of stealing large amounts of garlic from farms in Yunlin County. The group allegedly stole garlic from fields and sold it for around half its wholesale price. About 90% of Taiwan's garlic comes from Yunlin County. Several tons of vegetables were reported missing from farms ahead of the country's late March harvest. Officers say they seized around 3 metric tons of garlic from what they believe is the suspect's headquarters. Police say the suspects include 2 Taiwanese ringleaders and 9 accomplices from Thailand and Vietnam. Workers building a railway in southern Taiwan have discovered a trove of historical artifacts. The project in Tainan found remains of old city walls dating back to the Qing dynasty, as well as ceramic pots and human bones. The find has delayed its construction on the railway by a year. Tainan is already home to one of the largest archaeological sites in the country. More than 8 million artifacts were discovered during work on the city's science park. Taiwan's Transport Ministry says it has handed over to researchers to assess the artifact sites.
遗构的保留哈，我们也当作第一优先哈。在这剩下4处的这些遗构里面，还有些在做调查，但是我们还是遵照一些这个我们文字的这些保存的这个规范里面来进行。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we'll leave you with images of the Engadin Ski Marathon in Switzerland, the 2nd largest cross-country skiing event in the world. I'm Yvonne Young. Take care and see you next time.